Hello everyone, today I'm going to give you guys a strategy with options trading. I'm going to go over a kind of a, this is trading on the weekly, and I'm going to go over this with options trading, Forex, and futures. So you're going to expect those videos in the next 3 days, but today I'm going to be covering the benefit of trading with options trading, doing it on the weekly. Now, there's one main disadvantage to this strategy, and trading on the weekly, it's the signal that you need is not going to happen as often as some of the other strategies. So what I do with trading on the weekly strategy here is before I start my day, I'll look on the weekly and see if I see the signals here. And then if I see the signals or it's close to the signals, I'll do it on the weekly. Otherwise, I'll resort to some other methods. But the first thing I do in a day when I do any kind of trades is I focus on the weekly. So we're going to be looking at the examples of some of the stocks that I've been talking about in the last couple of videos. We're going to look at McDonald's. We're going to look at the MicroStrategy and some of the others. And we're going to see what the results are if you just focused on doing it on the weekly. Okay, so I use a couple examples here. Now, the overall setup that I do is I have my 5 and my 8 as my even EMA. So what I do, I look for indicators. I look for 3 smooth moving averages, and those are the ones. You can put up to 3 moving averages in one indicator. It's less cluttery when you're doing it on your phone. And then of course the big one here you need is your RSI. So what you want to look for is, like I said, you want to focus on the overall direction from the moving averages. The moving averages, this with MicroStrategy, the overall direction is up. So you need to focus on when the RSI is going up. So we see that happening. We see that happening right here. This is a quick pullback down. So right here, and keep in mind these are weekly candles, so it takes a while. So we see it happening here, we see it happening here, and we see it happening here. So those are all good entry points. So we're going to see what happens if we came in at those points. Look at some other stocks here. Now we see it crossing right here. So if we come in here at this point, now at this point we would do around a 287 call, but I would look at the options, because with MicroStrategy you got to kind of put a little bit more in there if you want to do in the money. But anyway, I would come here and I'd ride this out, and you don't have to ride out too long. These are weekly candles. So if you ride that one out till 6 days. So this is a 6-day candle right here. It's just this small little move. And previous videos when I talked about MicroStrategy, talked about how you make on average about $100 for every dollar. So this right here is about almost a $4,000 move. This is a $4,000 move in 6 days. Let's see, and the time of when this happened was June 20th. And this last time that it happened was over here. It was March 13th. So like I said, this doesn't happen all the time. Before you start your day, you always want to make sure if there's anything crossing on the weekly. But that's what I check every day first, is if anything is crossing on the weekly. So we see it happening again right here. And we're going to measure this one. Crosses right here. So we're going to measure this. So this one is 7 days. It's a $30 difference in price, and it's about a $3,000 move right there. So let's just see how long this took. This was June. This was March. And then this one was January. So it doesn't happen a lot, but you do got to just keep your eyes open for it. It's the first thing I check when I do trading. So see it crossing right about here, so we would come in here, and we want to look for about a week, unless you want to do a week contract. So anyway, this is about a week right here. So this is a $36 difference in price. So with MicroStrategy, that is about a $3,600 move right there. So anyway, let's check a couple other stocks. Let's look at McDonald's. Now remember what we said about McDonald's is you make about $100 for every dollar that you're right. So if we're doing this on the weekly, what we want to focus here first is we want to take away the candles and see the moment that it's crossed was right here. So from this moment on, it's been on an uptrend. It's been on an uptrend since basically Halloween of last year. It's been on an uptrend. Let's look at a couple spots here. We're on an uptrend, so we focus on it going up. So that would be right here. So if we came in right here, we rode this out for a week. This one is a $10 difference in price. This is about $1,000 because you make about $100 for every dollar, and this is a $10 move, so this is about $1,000. Now you do have to scale in the money, and you do have to put more in there for in the money to get this kind of result. You don't want to do out of the money; you want to do in the money. So you'll be paying more for your contracts, but you'll make your money faster. So anyway, let's look at another spot here. We see it happening right here. And let's just double check this one, see how much this one was. Come in right here when it crosses. Yeah, we're going to do 7 days, so that's about right here. Okay, so this is a $23 difference in price. You make about $100 for every dollar that you're right, so this is a $2,300 move right here. So let's just look at couple other stocks here. Let's look at one more. Let's just do SPY and see how well this works for SPY. Now these are ETFs, so the volatility is probably a lot more intense. So anyway, with SPY here, we see it. We take away the candles. We want to look at the overall trend, and it's been in an uptrend since January 9th. So what we want to look for is the moments when the RSI is crossing. It'll be right here. So we come in right here and we do like maybe a 7-day wait. And this is a $15 difference in price. So if I remember correctly, it's about $50 for every dollar. So that's about 15 times 50. So that is a $750 move right there with SPY. And let's look at one more. Let's look at this one right here. This starts right here. We see the cross happening. So come in here and we do about a 7-day wait. And this is about a $12 difference in price, $12.55. 12.55 times 50. It's a $627 move right there. So anyway, I find this strategy very, very powerful with doing options trading. Now there are some advantages and disadvantages to doing this particular strategy with options trading.
So the disadvantages of doing this strategy is it takes a very long time to find the signal for the signal to happen. So what I do is I wake up every day, I look at the stocks, I look where it is on the weekly. If it looks like it's going to cross on the weekly, I'll come in at that point. But it takes just that one little candle, because that one little candle is 7 days, so you don't have to wait. Because if you find it crossing, you're pretty much going to know that it's probably going to be going in that pattern if it's crossing on the RSI. So it's a really good indicator that it's going to go in that direction if you see it crossing on the RSI. The only thing is it takes a very long time to cross on the weekly. So this is not an everyday strategy. It's just something you got to keep your eyes open every day when you're trading so that you can possibly see the signal, because if you do find the signal, it's pretty much a dead giveaway that it's going to go in that direction. Other than that, if you want to do it for longer, you would have to pay more for, if you see the signal, it's a pretty clear giveaway that it's probably going to be going in that direction for a while. So you could do probably a 2-week contract and you could still make some pretty good results. But, then again, if you're doing in the money contracts with options traded, it costs a lot just to do in the money and to get those results. So the first thing I do is I just look for it on the weekly, and if the signal's not there, I will the strategy in the next time frame that I will focus on is the daily, and that's something I'll probably be talking about again here pretty soon. But anyway, there's pros and cons to doing it with the options trading on weekly. Tomorrow I'm going to be going over doing it with Forex, and then I'm going to be also showing you the strategy with future trading with crypto. So anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.